Righty. We are live for day 2 of Big Business Energy. And day 2 is all about high caliber cash. I'm really excited about this. If you are tuning in right now, say hello in the comments. If you're catching the replay, say hi so we know that you're here. Engage in the comments so that it lands better for you and that other people can get this message. If you're new to the community, welcome. My name is Lynn Munoz, and I'm a multi-six-figure business mentor. I've been a business owner since 2014/15. I opened a wellness center, and it shifted into business strategy, and now business strategy and self-concept work. And today is going to be so phenomenal. So if you have a notebook, grab a notebook. If you're able to get into a space where you're isolated and alone, I highly recommend doing that, because at the end of this training, we're going to be doing a really juicy technique that has powerfully shifted my cash in my business, my cash months, and my perception around money. And so please do so if you have the opportunity to do that. So this is going to be more than just theory. I want this to be actualized for you in a really experiential way, where you're experiencing this technique on a physical, emotional, spiritual level. And it's going to be really powerful. So we'll get into that in a moment. And at the end of this, I'm just going to see if anyone's here saying hello, checking in with the comments. So as you're coming on as well, I would love to know what your cash money month is, your goal is for October/November, and we're going to dive right into it. So we talked yesterday a little bit about what high caliber means, right? We talked about having high caliber clients and how to call in and magnetize high caliber clients by becoming one ourselves. And that's a really important universal law, right? It brings in the understanding that energy and matter is interchangeable, and we get the opportunity to stop looking at the circumstances that are going on in our business, the walls, the struggles, the challenges, and really shift into that energetic magnetism. And then we also talked about the 4 principles of what it is and what it means to be high caliber, call in high caliber clients. And today is all about high caliber cash. So the 4 principles are quality, your standards, your ability, and your intelligence. And that really creates the volume and the expansion to step into high caliber. So the standards you have in your containers, the standards around how you perceive money, the standards around if you're qualifying clients or not, the quality of your work, the quality of your offers, the quality of the language that you're using to communicate those offers in written form, but also verbal form. The communication and the language, right, is so important. That's really the canal between the diamonds that you have, the diamond gifts, and onboarding new clients into those offers. And then you have your standards, right? We talked about that actually. We have your ability, right? Your ability around your belief around clients, right? Your ability to create space to allow clients to come in. Same goes for money. Your ability to be able to stop working for money and allowing money to work for you. And then we have your intelligence, right? So we have your physical, your emotional, your spiritual, your intellectual and your divine intelligence that allows you to pick up on the intuitive nudges that you get around either reaching out to a specific client, calling them in through manifestation techniques, your intelligence around when to offer things, what to offer, and what people want. And then your own intelligence to believe in yourself. And that's really the grassroots work that we do in creating a business. So something that's really important that I'd like to talk about, I feel like there has been some chirping in the market space around, the economy. And I know people have one perception, people have another perception, there's many different perceptions around the economy. But winning in any economy is what builds wealth. Winning in any economy is what builds wealth. So whether you're looking at 2008, right, when we had a recession, that's actually when business owners find the opportunity to double down and rise up. So they double down on their team, they double down on what's working, they double down on the statistics and the numbers based on what was working. They double down on, they don't let things go, right? They're investing because they know that that's a time that most people are dimming things in their business on a structural level, on an energetic level, on a mindset level. And it's also important, right, to understand that most people are being highly influenced by external circumstances like the news, right, and what other people are saying. So it's really important to surround yourself with people who have an optimistic perception of the future in business. We've all heard that saying, like, don't take advice from people who have not done it, or don't take advice from people who are not doing what you would want to be doing, or don't take advice from people who are not in your niche or your market space. And that there's something really true to be said about that, about who you surround yourself with and who you allow to penetrate through into your mind, into your emotional body, and your actions that you take in your business. There had been a time in the beginning of my business when I was diving into the online space where I was creating something. And it was coming through me from a really deep space, and I was excited about it. And there was someone who said, that's probably not a good idea. And I ended up trashing and burning that whole idea. And looking back, that was probably one of the biggest mistakes I had made, because I was taking advice from someone who didn't own a business, never owned a business. And I don't really know what their true intentions were for me. And so that's just one example of the influence people have on us during specific seasons of growing our business. And so time is really irrelevant, right? Time is irrelevant when making money. Owning a business allows you to collapse time, expand freedom, and really grow into this higher self with self-development, mindset, being able to navigate and execute different problems. And so that's powerful, right? It's a powerful thing to own a business and be able to have no constraints, societal constraints around what we can create in terms of our business, our dreams, and our money. So if you begin to shift your perspective around the understanding that there is really no such thing as time, then what we have and what we're left with is that it's just season after season after season. So to be able to win in your business and grow and scale, there's a few different things we want to talk about in the perspective around money. So winning in any kind of economy is really the first thing. And how do we win with our business in any kind of economy? Right? So the biggest things are strategies, reputation, and being optimistic about the future. Strategies, reputation, and being optimistic about the future. And that sounds easy enough, and it can be, right? So we have to really step into the space of, commanding what we want and leaving behind wishing, hoping, and begging and praying, right? We really want to step into this command center, which is really the omnipoint of the spark of who you are, right? When you step into that, you're able to really spark this place within you to understand that E = MC squared, that energy and matter are interchangeable, that you're able to manipulate in a healthy way your own environment, AKA creating your dreams, creating the amount of money that you want, creating the business that you want, rewiring and refiring the new neural pathways in your mind to really believe that seasons always happen. And it doesn't matter if we're in a recession or if we're not. We have the ability to allow ourselves to create that mindset and energetic space to go in an upward and forward direction, no matter what's going on. And that goes the same with, the struggles and the challenges that happen in our business. And that also goes the same for the things that happen in our life that pull us away from our business. So when you're building in a season where most people are saying the most negative things, it's so important to have reputation. And reputation, not so much in the sense of somebody's better than another, but that there's brand awareness, right? You're known for something that you do, and it's clear to other people what it is that you do. And so building that during a season is really important to be able to create wealth at times when most people are shying away, when they're cutting their cost, when they are not investing, right? That's the time to really build your reputation in terms of what you are known for. And then creating a strategy around that, simplifying and really stepping into that optimistic perspective about the future and surrounding yourself with people who are also having that optimistic view of the future. So one of the most amazing things that happens, that when you go into a community, so for instance, anytime I've ever signed up with a coach, it hasn't always panned out exactly how I wanted it to, but it was actually, it turned out to be better than I had imagined. So sometimes we go into a contract, a container, a program, and we expect to have huge explosions in the first 3 to 6 months that we sign up. We expect to hit that number. And what we don't know is that there's a lot of things that are going on underneath. Yesterday, we talked about that compound effect and how you build and you build in your actions, and your ability to really compound and stack your optimism, compound and stack your strong mindset, compound and stack these small daily actions that end up adding up to be a lot. Or learning a new skill each and every day, really refining that down to something granular and then sharing that with the world. So what does this have to do with investing, right? What does this have to do with investing during a specific season where most people are saying don't? What does this have to do with your reputation? Well, the things that occur when you enter and you invest into a coach are exponential. They increase not only your reputation, but to be able to increase your reputation at a rapid speed, you want to be able to get into spaces where people are already connected, right? And that does happen when you invest into a coach or a mentor or some type of group container, because you're making these new connections. And if we know anything, which I know most of you do, about, the distance between the 6 degrees of somebody knowing somebody, right? It's only 6 people in between. Then that actually amplifies your ability to expand your community, expand your brand awareness, expand your reputation, and expand your impact in ways that you don't really even know. So this is something that I learned along the way, that even when I'm investing into a coach, if I'm not seeing the immediate results, I know the ripple effect is brewing underneath the surface in terms of the connections that I'm making, the doors of opportunity I'm opening, and the financial wealth that comes down the road from building the skill, refining the niche, and really building that brand awareness paired with the reputation. So that's a really important perspective that I hope you can understand around building wealth during specific seasons in life and business, where it might not always make sense to do it. It's really having that bird's eye view and having that faith and understanding that that compound effect is always there. And the chronic daily actions that you're doing in your business add up to diamonds and doors opening and opportunities and celebrations. And we forget that because sometimes we're so focused on that immediate need to get the sale, need to get the clients. And so that's a really important thing around building high caliber cash, is that when we're too focused on the immediate circumstance or the number versus creating that divergent focus and opening up our perspective to the endless opportunities that occur when we're really applying ourselves, when we are investing in a time when people are saying we shouldn't be, right? Because we know what we have on our side, and what we have on our side is our belief, the evidence that it has worked in the past, the evidence that it's working for other people in the community. You're seeing people making, big moves during this time and creating wealth. So how can the next question that begs, right, in terms of high caliber cash, is how can we make money work for us, right? How can we make money work for us than us really making money making us? The first step you've taken is build your business. You've laid a foundation, right? These are the first steps of you sparking that understanding, that greater awareness that, wow, there's actually this opportunity to be able to make money work for me. So how do we do that in the stages where you've laid the foundation, you've been in business for 1 to 3 to 4 years, and now you're at this place where you're making more money, right? When you get to a certain spot, you're making more money. There comes a time where you have to ask yourself in your coaching business, okay, what's next? Where do I go from here? Because we can easily slip back into allowing money make us instead of us. Excuse me, it's a tongue twister. We can fall back into, making money versus letting money work for you. Because there's certain habits, there's certain upper limits, there's old strategies that we're staying stuck in. There's our offers, right? And how we structure them. And these are really important things. So in terms of having money work for us instead of us working for money, there are different levels that occur as we're building our business. And so as we're building our business, we get to experience a new level of, oh, how can I make money work for me instead of the other way around? Oh, I hit this next level. More overflow is coming in. How do I make money work for me instead of me making money? So there's different experiential levels that you'll go through as you're building your businesses. And this is something really to keep into your pocket, to have foresight around, because at each new level, we can still get stuck in that hamster wheel. So how do we really begin to resolve this to have money work for us and not the other way around? So it really begins with creating scalable offers. Right? So you've laid the foundation in your business. You have a signature program. Maybe you have some, courses, you have your freebies, you have your private mentorship or coaching, excuse me. And you're like, okay, what needs to shift here? I've shifted my energy. I've shifted my mindset around high caliber cash. I've shifted, my money mindset. I'm being, right, the type of client that I want to attract in. Well, sometimes it's a matter of understanding how to create those scalable offers. And that is part of the spark of understanding, knowing what to offer in this season, when to offer it, and when to switch up your offers, and also the strategy around those offers, time, frequency, and topic. Right? So these are really important things to understand if you're kind of at a plateau or something's going on. The last thing I want you to do is blame the economy or blame some type of external circumstance, when the truth of the matter is that each and every one of you have so much power within you. And sometimes that does require a coach or a mentor or some type of container to be able to really call you up to that bird's eye perspective and fix your vision. So if you're coming on later, let me know what's landing for you. So the third piece of really creating high caliber cash is your actions and your mindset. So I've been in business for 9 years now. And something you might not know about me is when I was creating the Wellness Center, I also had this side business, and it was a dating service. And I forget the name of it, but when you do that circular dating, so I set up a circular dating service, and I put my heart into it. It was a lot of work because I had to get equal men and equal women. They had to be, the same general age. And I did a lot with that. And it was interesting. I also ran an herbal class in the beginning. I had oil classes. I had open houses, meditations, and that was, so we're talking about like my mindset around that time, my mindset and actions, because the wellness center, I wasn't really marketing it the way and the way in which I have the skills now to market it. And so, one thing I did was I did diverge my focus, and I didn't double down on what I had in front of me. And it wasn't a regret, it was an experience, but I did learn some things along the way. And sometimes, yes, you do have to test things out, of course. You do have to try things out, but really understanding how to create that high caliber cash is going for exactly what people want. And how do you know what people want? You ask them, you create market research. So during this time, I wasn't fulfilled. It wasn't fulfilling enough. I felt like something was missing. And I talked about this yesterday. I felt like something was missing. And I found it to be more exciting to be able to create wealth through active coaching, right? Active healing. And then I got into business strategy and helping people build and grow their business, because that was exciting for me to be able to help people create more freedom, create more time, create more money, and all of the things that ripple from, really having that groundwork. So it was the best thing that I did. And it was at the height of COVID, where I blocked out anyone saying anything, and I just went for it. And I invested in my first business coach. It was the best move I had ever made. And I just decided, like, I was not going to live like this anymore. I didn't want to be at a crossroads anymore in my business. I was determined to make it work, and I did. I commanded it. And so what were my actions, right? What was my mindset around these specific seasons of change in the economy, being a really green business owner? I made up my mind, and I went in one direction, and I said, I am going to make this business work. And I did. And so I grew my business to 300K in 33 months, and it's still growing. And even during this time where people are saying certain things about recession, even if they're not saying them out loud, right? I decided what my beliefs are going to be about money during this season, about my business growth during this season, and knowing that I am not going to start to put myself in a silo. That would be the worst thing I could do, right? So I'm reaching out, I'm creating collaborations, I'm creating opportunities, I'm showcasing people, I'm featuring people, I'm investing in a coach to get into their network. And all of that during a time in this kind of season really builds expansion. It builds brand awareness. It ripples the impact. And that's what it truly means to rise up together. And that's when it becomes easy. It becomes easier to create wealth no matter what kind of season it is, no matter what kind of economy it is, when we are connecting with other people, when we are plugged into a network, when we're plugged into a coach and a mentor and their community, naturally, tangibly, and also invisibly, it creates these connections that actually build that reputation. And to build that reputation is one of the most important things during this kind of season, right? During any season, really. But because we're in this specific season where, I don't even watch the news, but we hear certain things from people. So these were my actions. Like I was doing things not expecting a result, but because I wanted to create. I was in this very expansive creative space. And I wanted to be plugged in. And my mindset was, I am the command center. Like I am the one who can create anything. I'm the one who can create the clients. I'm the one who can create the money. I'm the one who can create the scalable offers. And I'm the one who decides to be plugged into a network and a coach and a mentor to be able to have that kind of reputation and brand awareness. So these are really significant factors, even more pertinent to this season that we are in, to be able to create high caliber cash in your coaching business. So the other thing is creating space. It is so important to create space to be able to ascend to different levels in money months, right? Creating space in our brain, creating space in the back end of our business, creating spaces in our community for opportunity, creating space in our mind to have an optimistic view about the future. Space is allowing us to be able to have manifestation come to fruition. We can do all the techniques, we can say all the prayers, we can take all the action, but if we don't actually have the space in our calendar, in our life, in our business to create, then how can it come in? How can the cash come in? And that might come down to your belief system. That might come down to your daily method of operations and owning your calendar. That comes down to how you are actually taking care of your current finances and your bills and how you're managing them and doing things based off logic instead of, high intense emotional reaction places. And sometimes we make decisions. Well, most of the time people make money decisions from a place of emotions. And when I say high emotions, it doesn't necessarily mean or look like this like blast of emotion. But really understanding that when we make decisions in an effective way that harmonizes the certain elements that make us up, like the intellectual, the spiritual, the wisdom, right? And not from an emotional place, then we really tap into those codes of creating higher caliber cash, because we've been mostly known to do is spend from an emotional place. And what we spend on usually ends up being thrown out in the refrigerator, the jewelry hangs up in the closet, it tarnishes, the clothes are in the closet, they never get worn, the tag's still on them. We go into Target and we end up spending $500 when we only needed 3 things. Like being able to really tap into those codes of high caliber cash and understanding how to make better decisions that reflect and project out into our business and the decisions we make around what a cost is, what spending is, and what investing is. And that really begins at home with getting that all cleaned up so that we can function in our business in a healthy way and we can learn how to create high caliber cash, right? Quality, standard, ability, intelligence. Quality, standard, ability, intelligence. What's the quality, standard, ability, intelligence around how you're looking at money, your beliefs around money, your current belief around your current cash month, your belief around business, your belief around this season that we're in. All of these things do equate into how you're presenting the frequency to attract in high caliber cash. Which brings me to your perception around money, right? Most people, we've created a really great movement in the past 5 years around making money, creating wealth, and having a healthy perception around that for the sake of our business, for the sake of being a leader, for the sake of rippling out that perception and raising that frequency, because ultimately money comes from us, right? So we are these divine beings, and if whatever we're creating has that frequency of who we are, just like when you're going to create this amazing offer and it's been channeled through and it's a certain type of energy exchange, that offer has come from you. And us humans, we created this money exchange, this other frequency. And that also has been channeled through, that also came through people. So if you can see these two examples, then you can understand how powerful it is to create from that space. And so when we're having that perception and creating from that space of high caliber, quality, standard, ability, and intelligence, then we're actually elevating our wisdom to see from a bird's eye view perspective the power, the good, the expansiveness in creating money and wealth. And during a time and a season that we're in like this, and any season at all, that's really important to stick by. Because again, most people are working for money and instead of allowing money to work for them. And it all begins with that perspective and mindset. So the more that you begrudge money, the more that you detest seeing somebody else share a big money goal, the more you're actually attaching your self-worth to that. And this is another example of creating high caliber cash. You want to be able to detach your worth from a number, detach your worth from making money. So if you're feeling the constriction around your own money month, or if when you're seeing somebody else share that money month, if you're feeling that tightness, then there's some work there to be done. And that's okay. That's totally fine. And it's more important that you're creating the awareness around that. So then naturally you'll step into a space of the next step kind of comes into your life for you to be able to resolve through an experience, a person, a situation, collaboration, something that went wrong. That you get the opportunity now to face money in a different way, where you're able to again furnish the idea that you're detaching from your self-worth from money. So before we get into the last segment of the technique, I would like to share this special offer with you. Okay. So I am super excited about Coach Spirit. It starts on October 31st, and it is my signature program. And I don't think I got the opportunity, or I gave myself the opportunity to really explain the power and the significance of this program and why it's my signature program. So I've invested over $100,000 into building skills, into high-level mentorship, into high-level coaching to be able to really nurture the skills that it takes on a strategic level to build and grow a business and to be qualified to help somebody to do that. And this program was channeled through me on a really deep level. And it is the culmination of my 9 years being in business and the mistakes, the hurdles, the exciting money months I've created. And it is the culmination of my work between strategy and the mindset and the energetics. And it's all combined into one. And it's really relevant to this season that we're going in. So I'm going to open this up and share this opportunity with you. So this is my 90-day signature program. And I just want to share some of the features and the details and talk about this before we get into the technique. So what you're going to get are 9 group calls. And these are result-focused, hot seat coaching, strategic problem solving, and the reframing part in terms of your self-concept and mindset and your energetics. Voxer activations, and this really allows you to keep accountable, excited, and activated to take action every single day. And that's one of the biggest things that we miss out on is when we're not plugged into a higher level container, we're only doing courses, we're only doing short-term workshops or short-term programs. We don't really get that ability to have those activations every day. So we're taking action. And this is a really huge part of building a business, is that what happens is that we lose our activation. We lose that frequency. And so having these Voxer activations every day, every other day, is going to allow you to step into that energy that I provide in the container every single day. You're also going to get lifetime replays. So all the material that's in there is going to be yours for life. The Facebook forum, the community, the women in there, the networks, the reputation, and having the materials for life so that you can always tap back in and refresh on a strategic, on a mindset, on a heart level. And then replays, you get lifetime access to all the replays. I just said that. And then the network of women. So having that network builds that reputation. It allows you to tap into collaboration. It allows you to have that standout go-to presence online because you're building these networks, and network is your net worth. The other focus in this in Coach Spirit is your social media strategy, really tightening that up and understanding what to offer, when to offer it, and how to really create a social media strategy that allows you to be that go-to person and increase your cash months. And then you get the library and archives of other resources in there. There's going to be tools, and there's going to be short digestible videos around content, around cash injections, around manifestation, and around business structure, what to post, and so much more. And these are such a great value, especially in between each call that we have. So there's going to be business shifts, and there's also going to be personal shifts that you'll go through. And so some of the business shifts that you will experience are your social media strategy, getting really clear, refining that, being supported to create a social media strategy based on your strategic intuitive nudges, your strengths as a coach, how to optimize that intuitive strategy, and then building that brand awareness and scalability, which ultimately a really great social media strategy entails. We're also going to be diving into beyond money mindset. So this isn't like rehashing a lot of the old beliefs and money mindset stories. Like that that is something you want to be doing before you're even building your business. So this is for if you're trying to create higher level income of overflowing cash. So it's beyond money mindset. It's going into method. It's going into manifestation techniques that work and becoming that match to your biggest cash month yet. And then we're going to be working on your skills, how to improve your sales skills, right? How to improve your relationship and communication skills, how to be, really fine tune what it means for you to be an entrepreneur and the importance around that for money to be working for you instead of you working for money. And leading you in your coach skills, in your entrepreneur skills, in your sales skills for your highest potential. And then we have high ticket offers. So we're going to be really diving into this. This is super important right now, looking at creating scalable offers, because this is usually the cap that people miss in their business when they are hitting a plateau in their money month, is they're not looking at the business model in terms of your high ticket scalable offers and really how to break these down so that they're creating passive income and scalability. So really looking at your body of work and your offers so that people in your community want to pay you big. And then personal shifts. We're going to be diving into self-concept, creating an identity that shifts, calibrates your spirit and your life into your bigger dreams. So I've massively taken leaps to change my life in many different ways. And I know from personal experience that if you want to create higher cash months, if you want money to be working for you, then it is imperative that you begin to create an identity around that. And when you're creating that identity, what you're really doing is creating that self-concept. And then personal power moves, right? So we're stepping into elevated confidence. You're accountable. You're getting the activations, you're working on the two most important parts in your business, which is the social media strategy, brand awareness, reputation, and creating scalable offers and understanding and creating this new identity also around what it means to be that next level business owner, entrepreneur, and coach, and how to really amplify those skills and highlight them so that you can stand out. So this is the real kind of self-care in business that we're talking about, is really creating that elevated life force, that elevated spirit, that elevated confidence to be able to grow your business and for your business to start working for you instead of you working all the time, being stuck in your business, doing the same social media strategy that's really just throwing you in that hamster wheel. And then quantum leaps, hitting your goals. This is a results-focused 90-day signature program, and it's not just fluff. We are going to be focusing on your goals, your results, and how to really take your perspective around hitting your goals and broadening it so that you're showing up every single day in your business so lit up. And you're building something so much bigger than just hitting that goal, that goal and that money naturally flows in. And this is really what quantum leaping is. It's being able to tap into that intentional, focused energy. And then finally, staying activated. So it is when you're in a container, when you're in a coaching container, when you're in a group container, when you're in a one-on-one container, you're able to increase your productivity, increase your vibration, your daily focus, which ultimately that is so important because that affects the long-term growth of your business, your daily focus, your daily actions, to be able to really infuse those with the highest kind of vibe frequency, it requires you to stay activated. But activation occurs in higher access proximity containers. And so by being in one of those higher proximity full access containers, then you're able to quantum leap because your daily focus is on point. It's infused with the highest life force and spirit that you have. And so you're taking these daily actions, and these daily actions equate to the chronic things that you do in your business every single day. And those granular chronic daily actions in your business that you're doing every single day are the things that show up at the end of a launch, at the end of a quarter, at the end of a year, right? That's when the fruition usually comes. So if you've ever heard, the results that you desire to seek, the results that you want happen at the beginning of a launch versus the end, meaning the preparation work happens in the here and now, in the daily actions, the daily focus, and the energy that's infused in that. So you're going to be in this 90-day signature program, and it is results focused. It is your social media strategy, creating those scalable offers, staying activated, being plugged into a network during a season where you want to be building your reputation, your brand awareness, and building something so big, bigger than you, that it allows you to detach from the need that's taking up the space for you to be able to create and call in more cash, high caliber clients. So paradoxically, when you begin to shift into that mindset, that embodiment, what happens is that you create more clients and you create more cash. So right now, this program is marketed as 888 times 3 or 2333 paid in full. And so if you're watching this or catching the replay and you're wanting to sign up for this 90-day signature program, Coach Spirit, then what you want to do is DM me, direct message me with the word spirit, and you will get the pre-sale offer at $497 times 3 or $1222. The thing is that this is a loyalty rewards for anyone who's watching this or catching the replay, because I always reward my clients, my potential clients who are showing up and want to do the work. This offer ends at 12 midnight tonight. So 12:01 a.m., it goes back to the regular price. So if you're interested in this, I would highly recommend you reaching out and hopping into this. It is going to be the most powerful 90 days of your life and business that you have ever had. And I hope to see you in the DMs. So let's get into the technique. All right, this is really powerful. So I'm going to take a sip of water. If you have the ability to go into a room by yourself and do this exercise with me, I recommend it, or at least do it later. So most people, when they want a specific tangible outcome, and because we're talking about high caliber cash, people set this goal. So right now, my goal is a 40K cash month. And what most people do to try to call this in on an energetic level, on a manifestation level, all strategy aside, is people beg, people wish, people pray, people hope, and people demand. And this is actually not the way. So this isn't about a religious debate either. This is about sparking that mystical force within you that resides in every single thing that is out there. This is the spark inside of you that is the same spark that has created other magnificent things, money months, in your life and in your business. This is about commanding. This is about commanding what it is that you want. If you were to close your eyes for a moment, and I want you to imagine yourself wishing for something. And I just want you to experience that in your body for a second. What would it look like? What are you doing? What are you saying? What are the beliefs? What is the feeling? You're wishing for something. Now, pause that, wipe that clean, and now step into the word command. What does commanding feel like for you? What does it feel like in your body? What are the beliefs around command? What is the posture of command versus wishing? These are two very different energies. So instead of trying to pray and demand and beg and wish, I want you to step into this commanding energy. So this is how it's done. Okay. Feel this frequency. I'm going to show you the wishing and the commanding. Okay. So 40K months. This is what the wishing, the begging looks like. I really want that 40K month. That would be so awesome. I really want that. Please, please, please. I really need this 40K month. I really want this 40K month. It would help me do this, and it would help me do that, and it would help me do this, and it would help me create that. And I would do this with my business, and I would do this for my family. And I just really want that, please. Okay. So that's the begging, the wishing, the praying. The commanding. Feel this frequency. I command. I call on, and I know for a fact that 40K cash is going to happen. I command it. I command this to come into my life. Very different frequency. I can already feel the spark inside. I can feel. So what this is doing is elevating your frequency. It's elevating that spark that resides in every single other miracle, beautiful thing that is in this world and that has happened in your business. You want to be commanding things, stepping into this command center. This is not ego, and I'm sorry if anyone has told you that this is ego. This is not ego. This is you being deliberate. And it's a totally different frequency. So if you get the moment, I want you to try both of these on. And you're going to feel a shift in your frequency. The moment I did this for the first time, the next day, there were doors of opportunity opening up. It activates something so deep on a cellular level. And it's detachment as well. When we're wishing, hoping, praying, begging, we're attached to that. We're so attached to it. When we're in this commanding energy, we're detached. It's just like, yeah, that's going to happen. I command that into my life. I command that cash month. I command that in my business. I know that's going to happen. It's a very different frequency. So this sparks and shifts the frequency in your body. And that's really what it takes to be able to manifest. You have to shift that frequency in your body. Now, the caveat here is that this isn't just a one-time thing, one and done. It can be, but it depends on your perception, your money mindset around money, around your beliefs, around your self-worth, right? It also reflects in, are you trying to work in a silo? Do you have things prepared? Like, these are external factors in your business that are important when you're in that commanding energy. Preparation. So when you're in that energy of begging, wishing, hoping, that is not the energy of money. That is not the energy of your higher desires. That is not the energy of your highest potential. That is not the energy of your highest self. That is not the energy of your confidence and your beliefs in the reflection of them. So I want you to try this. Let me know how it works. This allows you to get excited and activate yourself, and this will shift your frequency. So these are also the types of things we'll be doing in Coach Spirit, which I'm really excited about. So if you're interested in Coach Spirit, please don't hesitate to reach out with the word spirit. This will not be promoted anywhere else other than in this video. So if you're watching this video, this offer is for you. If you're watching it and you're just happening to catch it, then it might be a sign. I hope you have the most beautiful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow in day 3 for High Caliber Hearts. And then we also have the prizes going on, and you can also DM me about that to be entered in to be featured on Unleashed on social media, which starts in November. And this is my way of giving back to the community and featuring people and just exploding more reputation, brand awareness, and opportunity. I will talk to you soon. Bye.